Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, November 4th, 2022. Today we're pulling from the Dragon Tarot cards. So we have the world, and it looks like we're emphasizing around work. You are someone that is a nurturer, so you like to help out financially with others. But it's like up to a point of self-preservation, we're being smarter. I definitely am being more smarter with what I do. One hard lesson for myself is when my back was against the wall. I I hate asking them for help, but it's like they're the last people I had to turn to, and they were so generous to help us out. And it's just like they've always had our back, but I hate to go like, you know what I mean? They were there when, we had went through our journey with Shane passing, and it's just like I could never pay them back for just being there and being supportive. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, one thing they taught me, they're like, you should have a nest egg. And I'm like, I did. I was helping people. And they're like, never tap into your nest egg. Even TikTok will say that. If you have to tap into your nest egg, you can't afford it. So it's just like you got to sit there and save, self preservation. It's just like, it's not being greedy. It's just like, they want $100, you got 50. They want $50, you got 20. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have it on you, you can't afford it, Like, God forbid, rainy day comes and you need that money, you have it. You don't have to sit there and feel a certain way by asking others. You know what I mean? But there's so in here with the world that this time is coming in where there's going to be a lot of accolades. So I'm not sure if it's like if your work does review. They were showing like with Shane where I think it was like the second week of November, he would get a form and they were like, okay, what do you bring to the table? What are your goals for this year? Like for the upcoming year? What are your strong assets? What do you bring to the table and all that good stuff? So like he would always undersell himself. And I said to him, like, you do the work of six people. Like, he worked so hard. The president asked him to do a project. So I'm just like, you do so much. Like, you have a lot of promise. He's always been like that. So it's just like, I felt like he undersold himself. You know what I mean? And, maybe he thought because I was his partner, I was overselling him. But I'm like, no, you don't see everything you do, you know? So I feel like that this time is coming in. I feel like accolades, they're talking about like if you're in a position of management, like, yes, I understand, like, you can't give raises if there's no raises to be offered, but just, telling them or making a nice little card, maybe like a thank you card, you know, and just writing in there, like, I see all the overtime you worked. I know, like, especially if there's someone that has a family, it's just like, I know it's time away from your family, but we appreciate you coming in, and coming and working extra hours when we really need it, like just recognizing them, just saying like we see you, like we see all the hard work that you're doing, so it's just like a little form of kind of boosting morale, you know what I mean? So I feel like in that way, it's just sitting there and making a positive environment that everyone's excited, to work for it. Like I know with us, it's like we know we have dependable people, like we show up and it's just like we know, for sure, unless God forbid it's like, something happened, but it's like we know for sure these certain people will show up all the time. We like there's no issue there. You know what I mean? So it's just a nice way to just thank them for what you're doing. So I feel like they're saying this is a time of prosperity. This is a time like we were talking about this. I feel like this eclipse energy is like, I feel like we'll get tastings of it, but I feel like financially you're going to get some sort of like, influx of money. So it's just like if you're in a position where you get tips, so they're showing like servers, I feel like it's like save that money because in Canada we're getting double tax on it still stands on gas, groceries, and electricity. If you have to pay for snow removal, so it's like things you have to pay extra for. It's like sit there and it's like don't go crazy. Like yeah, buy yourself a little something. Like you worked hard, you deserve it. But at the same time, it's just like keep in your back of your mind. Like I gotta save for X, Y, and Z coming up. Higher electricity bills, if they're double taxing it, if they're able to push that forward, then it's just like I feel like it is going to be pushed forward. I feel like they will somehow, I guess, overrule everybody and get it in. But I feel like it'll be there for 4 to 6 weeks, and then they'll have to get it removed because nobody will be able to. Like the gas companies are going to cry that nobody can afford. Nobody's going to want to put up Christmas lights and everything because they're afraid of how much their hydro bill is going to be. So we're going to start off with the world. Contemplation, resolution, success, good luck. Upright the world represents a favorable cumulus of a long period of striving and hard work that meets with a lasting I'm gonna kill this kid. Recognition and reward. It stands for completion, fulfillment, and the dawn of a period during which you can relax and refresh yourself before you need for major exertion rises again. So this is where it's like you're a bit on hustle and bustle. Like for myself, like I definitely felt it this weekend because I like was like I got to catch up to my reading list, because it was going, it was climbing up again. So it's just like you push yourself a little bit, further than you usually do because this period is going to come up of hustle and bustle, and we all know as healers, if you are not able to read for people as quickly as they would like, they will go to another healer. I try not to take away from the quality of that. So I'm just like, I don't take deposits or anything. I'm just like, your reading is here. I'm about to start it. You send your payment and, we do the reading. I understand everybody wants it a quick turnaround, but sometimes it's just the demand is there. I swear to you, one person says they want a reading, 8 others follow. It's truly a blessing, but, it's like, we try to work as quickly as we can. So that you're going to go through a period of relaxation and refresh yourself before this hustle and bustle starts. This is a good time to take stock and catch up with neglected areas of your life. So a lot of us is where you could sit there and, concentrate on maybe like the outside of the house. Like we had Halloween, so clean up all the Halloween decorations, sitting there and, getting ready for if you were to live in an area like us where you have to get ready for the winter months. So it's just like preparing for that, but it's like enjoying, putting your feet up and maybe catching up with your favorite shows. So we go into the Seven of Pentacles, so touching on what the world is saying, taking a step back, I love the way that this dragon is hanging on to the world, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's like, your family. I feel like it's spending, highlighting what they were talking about before. Like if you were a family person, you're working overtime, and they understand that because Christmas is coming, holidays are coming. So you're buying presents and stuff for people, So it's just like, they know they can count on you to work overtime, but it's like, just recognizing the fact that they are working that overtime away from their family, I understand. And again, I understand, we're coming to an end of a fiscal year, we're doing all the end of year taxes. And it's just like, you want to have a good profit margin. You know what I mean? I understand that. But it's just like, if you're not able to give out raises or bonuses or whatever it is, it's like just, telling your employees, thank you, for all your freaking hard work and sacrifice. Like, some people, they're there because they genuinely want to be there. And you could tell the people that are just there to just be there. So the 7 foretells of a truly rewarding time. The possibilities before you are quite awesome. But do think in the long term. Decide who you are and what you would like to be remembered for by your family and friends. The choices you face really are that important. Destiny at work. So one thing we were talking about is like with healers, it's just like, the rich people have everything. You know what I mean? Like I understand everybody as a healer wants to reach this pinnacle. But at the same time, it's like, don't forget, once upon a time, you were on the other side of those things and you were the one seeking guidance. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I know with certain people that come to me multiple times, if I didn't charge what I charged, they wouldn't be able to afford it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel comfortable with what I charge. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters at the end of the day. I have to look at myself in the mirror. And one thing I remember is like, you were on the other side of those things. Yes, I understand internet, costs money, your cards, your electricity, your time, period. I understand all those good things. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just like, we are blessed with this ability. Some people, we are all blessed with it, but it's like some people have, I feel like more of that light, that they're like that kiss, that where it's just like you are able to, evolve deeper than others. You know what I mean? Because you were chosen. Are you going to use it to elevate the world? Or are you going to use it to, be a part of the hustle and bustle? Because at the end of the day, this, when we leave this earth, God isn't going to sit there and be like, oh, you were the most famous healer of all time and made the most money. That none of that matters. You know what I mean? It's our heart. It's our soul. Like, that's what we want to be known for. But, everybody's ambitions are different. So 8 of Wands. And this is for me is like out of the blue. This is like, if we were talking about, go back to Throne Thursday, January 24th. That week was going to define the rest of the year. And it's like, you know, talking about, for so, like the wheel was going to move. A stuck situation was going to move forward, either financially or in love or with both. Maybe you've been in this, and I could see, being that reflector, looking like, that, babysitting, was a preoccupation for me at first, where it actually became, I would feel like saving grace because it kept me busy. I remember being so exhausted at the end of the day, I would just like fall on the floor because it was a long day. Some days it was like a 12-hour day, and they were energetic kids. So it's just like, and plus keeping up with my kids in daily life. So it's just like, I was grateful for that because like, I love the sound of laughter of children. I love them, watching them dance. It takes me right back to when my boys were really young. But like them dancing and coloring and imagination and just watching them watch shows and they're giggling or watching movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing our projects, just like fun stuff to do. We would go outside and play red light, green light. You know what I mean? So it's like, even though that was absent, like that Shane had passed, it was just like this beauty came into our life where these beautiful children came in and they brought all of that laughter into the home again. Made the kids laugh. It took them out of what, that's, that part of it. But, sometimes they would say like, when their dad would come to pick them up, they would say like, I miss my dad. And I'm like, I understand, but it's like, grateful for those times that those kids were there and we got to enjoy all those things, So with the 8 of Wands, the 8 indicates sudden progress that is possibly too fast for comfort. And I feel like that way with me. It's like either I'm in this void, of course, or something happens, which is such a quick turnover. I'm like, oh, whoa, Nelly, I can't keep up with this. I'm grateful it happened, but it's so freaking fast and chaotic, like I want to fall on the floor. Try to slow things down a little and avoid over hasty decisions that you may later regret. We were talking about this. Don't make major decisions out of temporary emotions. This is an exciting, well-started time with travel, new business partnerships, long-term romance are all likely. Just bear in mind that life is not always this easy and plan for those rainy days. Exactly. It's just like, I feel like these certain things are going to come in and it's just like we feel on top of the world, but remember those times when you're just like, ooh, kind of counting the coins, and I feel like a lot of us have been doing that. Like, can I skip the, buying this, week and buy the following week, Sometimes things are on sale and it's like, can I skip buying, X, Y, and Z and then I'll have enough for the following week and then I can buy extra of this. So I feel like a lot of people are doing that, especially families that have a lot of, members in it. They're showing multiple generation, grandparents, their kids, and their grandkids. So it's just like, even in that scenario, we're still watching our wallet. So the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is regal. So they're showing how generous you are. So this is your nurturing side. You make money and it's just like, you don't even think about yourself, like what can you buy for yourself? You think about, you like buying things, and I'm like this. It's like buying things that would make people happy, and you love like how happy it makes them. You know what I mean? It's not like you're trying to buy their affection. It's just like, it's going to make them happy, and that makes you happy. You know what I mean? Like that's where you get your cup filled. Is like, you should do something not because you were asked. You just did it because you knew it would, put a smile on their face, even if it's a temporary smile. It's just like, you were thinking of them and you did something for them. Not because you were asked, just because you knew it would make them happy. So the Queen of Pentacles is regal, generous, and diplomatic, ruling her suit in close partnership with the King in much to the same manner. So I kid you not, we got the King of Cups, we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Page of Cups, we got the Knight of Wands. So a lot of, these standings coming in where it's just like this, duality partnership. We don't always have to see them as love. You know what I mean? Because I know for myself, it's like my kids saw like where I had injured myself and it's just like, Mom, let me do this. And I didn't even have to ask them, can I do this? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. You want to help me out? Go for it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, anytime I ask for help, they know. If mom asks for help, she never asks for help. Yep, let's go. So I'm thankful for that. But the fact that they saw, like, when I got injured there, they're just like, here, let me help you, mom. I got it. Let me tell me where you need me to put this stuff and I'll put it there. So it's a testament of what good men they're going to be. And they are. So, although with perhaps a touch more warmth and understanding of human frailty, she has a good grasp of finances and as well as being a generous, welcoming host. So, this is where I'm talking about being generous, and I feel like the Queen of Swords was very potent with that, is like up to a point of self-preservation. Even I even saw this on TikTok. If you have to take it out of your rainy day account, you cannot afford that. That is a rainy day account for yourself. They asked for $100, you got 50. They asked for 50, you got 20. Judge Judy says it all the time. You lend someone money, never expect to get it back. So if you are going to hurt by lending them that money, you don't have it. That's just the way it is. It doesn't make you selfish or anything. It's just like, when your back is against the wall, I hope and pray that you have people that will support you. I know I do. I just don't like going to them because that's not why they're in my life. I want them in my life because I truly love and care about them, as individuals and their family. I don't want it to be because, if something happens, no, that's not the reason. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely love and care for them. This card represents either someone you know, or either someone you should turn to, or qualities you need to cultivate. So I just feel like it's like, yeah, you are a giving person. And I feel like with the world and the fact that they're highlighting work and stuff like that, I feel like they're just highlighting yourself. We all possess masculine and feminine energies. So it's not saying like you have to be a female. No. To be a nurturing person does not mean you have to be a woman. You know what I mean? I know we put these titles on everything because everything has to be labeled because we want to put them in their place. But it's just like, if you are the type of person that will sit there and it's like, um, maybe your friend's going through it. Let me go over to their house this weekend. We'll order in. Well, maybe we'll watch, House of Dragons. They're playing Prosecco when they're interviewing each other, and then they're talking about the drinks that they like, and then she says Prosecco. And so it's just like, it's just a soundbite. It's really cute. But it's just like, just sitting there and thinking of them. You know what I mean? Like being that nurturer. You know what I mean? Nurturing yourself, giving yourself a facial, doing your nails. Maybe you put a hair mask on, who knows? Sitting there and nurturing yourself, because maybe you don't have that person in your life that nurtures you. But it's like, be your own nurturer then, But I feel like that's where I'm talking about. You sit there and care about people, but they're like, yes, this money is coming in, but you got to be careful because, like I said, if you live in an area where you have to have snow removal or the heat is a little bit higher, food is going up, gas is going up, so it's like keep those things in mind because you may have to dip into this. So let's be smart, put it where it needs to go, so when you need it, it's there. You won't be panicking. Nine of Cups, so the future is lining up bright. Some of us that, especially the past 2 years, I feel like even Halloween, if Halloween was a testament of how much we needed this year. You know what I mean? Like I was working, so like a lot of people were sitting there and they had some people said they were down, but I know one person worked there, they had 75 kids and they said they overstocked because they were for sure knew it was going to be a big year. And I felt like it was. And I definitely feel like the world needed this. We needed the kids to get out and celebrate. We needed kids to get out and be kids again because, the last, 2 years has been just garbage. You know what I mean? So they definitely needed this hurrah, So I feel like it's just like, let's live life again. Let's celebrate again. You know what I mean? Because for so many, a lot of us did lose people during that. So it's just like, I feel like with the Nine of Cups, it's like dare to dream. Again, temporary situations do not define the rest of your life. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see the forest through the trees. It's hard to see forward because of the situation. It's like, I have no idea how I'm going to get out of this. But that's what, faith is all about, where I was sitting there, in February, I was just like, I have no idea. Boom, this opportunity came in, So it's just like being grateful for those opportunities that come out of the blue that you didn't even expect. So Nine of Cups, victory and success come your way as several long hurled dreams come true. So with they're showing like the Seven of Cups. So it's like for me, I see it as a vision board. I see like, when we see the stone head, I feel like a partner. When I see the dragon, I love dragons, so I see that as a pet. When I see the cup of jewels, I feel like that's financial success in a way that, where we can be that nurturer, and that Queen of Pentacles where we, help others or just bring happiness to others, you know what I mean? Like, Christmas where we buy something because we know it's going to make them happy. Like it's something that they want, not some, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to buy something that people need, but it's also nice to buy them a treat. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than being a mom and you get like a vacuum cleaner or a garbage can. It's like, okay, great. I get reminded what I do daily. Like give them a treat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When they show the castle, I feel like a home. Like maybe you want to move to a bigger home. Maybe you've outgrown your home. So it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like, even though we can't see it, does not mean it's not obtainable. Things can change in an instant. And can attest to that. You know what I mean? Even with Shane passing away, it's like, everything came crashing down. But, one thing I can attest to is my determination and dedication. I rebuilt this family and got us to a certain spot, by sacrifice, and I will do it again. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's what I'm working on. So that's what drives me, because it's like I did it once before by the grace of God, and I'll do it again. So it's just like, even though it's tedious, it's like keep going. Share your good luck with others. So highlighting Queen of Pentacles, and it will be multiplied. This is a good time for looking forward and making fresh plans for the future, because your confidence will be infectious. That's the thing. It's just like we my heart breaks. One person that she gets the most racist remarks ever, and I'm just like, I wish I could freaking take a Nerf bat and crawl through that phone and beat the snot out of some of these people. Like, it does not cost you anything to be kind to someone, especially, when we're in, a line of work where it's just like, it's customer service. You know what I mean? It's like nobody gets paid enough to listen to that garbage. It's like, smarten the F up. But we always try to make each other laugh. Like, one of my friends, it was just the three of us one night, and it was just like Powerpuff Girls. I was like, oh my God. But it's something stupid, right? But it's like, anytime, like, I see them, I'm just like, I think of that, and it makes me laugh. So there was four of us last night, and I was like, oh, I guess we have to do something else. So I was like, well, I guess we're the Power Rangers or something. But it's like stupid things that make us laugh. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's what I say. Like, it's infectious. You know what I mean? And you look forward to working with those people, because it's just like, you know what I mean? They make comments like that, and it's just like, yeah, that's who we are. You know what I mean? Like, we got each other's backs. It doesn't matter what the heck's going on. Yeah, you may get a snothead, but, who knows? Maybe the next one will be a really amazing person. You guys could laugh, or like, the whole thing, the whole interaction with each other. So it's pretty cool that way. But that's what I mean. It's infectious. Several new stimulating friends are likely to enter your life. So who doesn't love that? Like, you know what I mean? We all love people that raise the vibration. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a healer should be. They raise the vibration. We want to leave you in a better state than we found you. We want you to feel like you actually purged some things, or you got some answers from some things that were burdening you. Like, showing the Nine of Swords. What was keeping you up at night? Here's some answers. Here's some hope. Here's some things that hopefully will, put you in a better headspace. You know what I mean? That's what it should be about. But, nevertheless. So we're going to end on the Eight of Pentacles. So again, a lot of this is talking about you being seen. You know what I mean? And I don't know, they're saying whispers. I don't feel like maybe those are articulated, but they should be. But, what do I know? So success and calm mastery of your talents are at hand. You are appreciated by those you work with and are likely to receive your just rewards. So this is what I mean. It's like, we may not get what we feel we deserve in certain things. But the thing is, like I said, we can't take this with us when we leave here. But, they could see your heart. They could see your soul. They could see, like, wow, like you were like, you treated, people kindly and generously. And, that goes a long way. How you treat people. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you hope and pray that you would be treated the same. I can attest to, you know, I was saying this on Instagram where I went to someone that I saw on TikTok. I overpaid for a reading because, you know, you think they're just that good, you know, and you think it's going to be this experience. And I kid you not, I paid for an hour, I got 15 minutes, and they hung up on me. And I was just like, what? I was like, and unfollow, and delete, and goodbye. You know, I was just like, oh, heck no. You know, so it's just like, you know. Some of them is just a front. You know what I mean? So that's why I always try to be that person, that force, where it's just like, hey, I'm here. You know what I mean? Be prudent as though this time is for consolidation and not wild access. So I feel like it's like not overdoing it. And I made that mistake this week, the weekend that just passed, where it was just like I'm trying to catch up to my waiting list, and I did, but it was just I felt it on Sunday. I was just like, dang, like you know, I just felt heavy, and I was just like, oh snap, like now I gotta work 8.5 hours too, and it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what they're saying. It's like pace yourself. And that's why I don't take deposits for my readings, because it's just like I understand when you want answers right there and then, or you want that reading because that's the only weekend you have available or only time slot you have available. So I get it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, I'm here. I'm ready to do your reading. If you know, want to go to someone else, I understand. You know, it is what it is. You know, you are offered the chance of a rewarding adventure, but you are also expected to be responsible in your actions. We were just talking about that. One thing they're saying is like be mindful of offers. They're showing DMs, and I get a lot of these. Oh, this, you know. But you have to change X, Y. No, bye. I'm not changing who I am. You know, I'm not gonna have someone tell me who I need to be as a healer. This is a God-given ability. Yes, I put time and devotion into this, dedication and determination. But you know what? I'm not going to sit there and have all the people that I read for on a regular be like, oh, sorry, you know, I'm signing up with this one, so all of this has to change. Sorry. You know, either support me and who I am and help me grow, or get the F out of my way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about fame and accolades and all this other garbage. You know what I mean? I don't want to be molded into something that you think I should be. I am who I am, you know? So I feel like, you know, what is really a true offer? Read the fine print, read the fine lines. They're showing like the sign, the dotted line. Be mindful of what you're signing. You know what I mean? Because you may end up, I know someone that ended up in a trap. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they sat there, yep, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it was all fluff. They didn't do anything. Oh, I'm too busy for this. I'm too busy for that. And I'm just like, well, what the flying flip? Like, why did you ask him to sign a contract then? You know what I mean? You didn't do anything. Absolutely nothing. And he is a God-given talent. He brings everything to the table. Own lyrics, mixes, edits, everything. He does everything. And that I feel like that person didn't realize how spoiled they were and just wasted his time. You know, but I know he'll run into the right person. I'm actually putting out feelers for him as well. You know, but it's just like your time will come to shine. When God's like, you know what, it's your time will shine. So, if you know, even though you are a nurturer and you love to buy, just watch your pocketbooks. They're warning you here. It is the season. 'Tis the season for giving, right? So watch what you're giving. You know, don't go overboard where the point where you get to like, you know, January, February, and you're just like, crap. I feel like people really feel broke in January, February. So just be mindful of that. You know, sit there, be smart as you move forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, November 4th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.